And we're live under the Friday night lights. I am the hostess with the mostest, the crypt keeper herself. How's it going? I am the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer and teacher. Keep your eyes on Christ. Shaman and Seer, Oracle, Lightworker, Starseed, Earth Angel. Come on, Starseed. Mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist. I have to talk to the Palladians. I am your North American Sybil, your spiritual psychoanalyst. I am your messenger of God, the first child of God, the Lilith reincarnated, the dark goddess of all time. All time, all the time. In order to keep up with me, you had to see what I post on my community page. And all my life, living up to this moment, it all came to this moment. Really, every moment really does, unless you're trying to live for a future moment, or you're stuck in the past. Oh, man. That's what my daughter said. She's like, how many can you do? I was like, as many as I got inside of me. It took me a while to brew that one up. He obviously didn't have as many as I got. Don't feed the fire. Somebody call 911. Alright, anyways. So I drank the Jesus juice that was spiked. Does that make it devil juice? The truth serum. It's like, let the emotions flow. Let it flow, let it flow. What are we feeling here? How do we feel? Well, you know, I look at the bigger picture. I'm sitting there. It's like, don't you put your fucking guilt on me. Guilty? You were guilty. You were guilty of so much. Why can't you guys just be honest about what the fuck is going on? It's that moment, right? So, like, my ex-husband, the first baby daddy, right? He lied to me, bro. He didn't lie to me. Okay, no, he did. But I'm talking about this one. He didn't lie to me. But you didn't tell me the fucking truth, bro. You didn't tell me what the fuck I was dealing with. You set me up for failure. What was this setup? In essence. And then you go back to the bigger picture. No, it was a huge thing. It's like, you know, if he would have been...
Lick my feet. Do they like it?
That's lovely. She loves you. If he would have told me the truth, because he knew he had got that girl pregnant, dude. And I kept asking him. I was asking him because I heard it. Heard it through the grapevine. I was like, did you get that bitch pregnant? No, I wouldn't do you like that. And I believed him because we were very honest with each other. I had no reason not to believe him. And then it got thicker on the snicker. And then sure enough, bro. And it wasn't that what happened was unforgivable because I was not stupid. But it was the fact that he lied to my face. That was unforgivable. That was the act that was unforgivable. In my view. It's like, dude, I live off of truth. If you lie to me, bro, it's done. Like, it's unforgivable. There's no need to lie to my fucking face about some shit you know you're guilty of. Like, why do you have to be such a pussy? If I'm asking you, you must believe I probably already know the truth. But in the essence, I felt like it was a similar feeling to that moment. It's like, if you would have just told me what the fuck was really... You know, but you didn't want to talk about any of it. You didn't want me to bring it up. You didn't want to talk about it ever. You didn't want to talk about your home life. And then, yeah, you know, you take it all out on me. It's like, dude, if you would have just told me, things would have never went these directions. And I know you're upset at me for freaking, you know, you confided in me and finally told me and I told the whole world. But shit, you needed to get that off your chest, I'm sure. And that's exactly what you said. Your life is very complex, and you, without telling somebody about it, nobody's going to be able to tell you, you know what I mean, that it'll be okay and how to make it better. And so ultimately, you know, in the position that I'm in, which is very awkward, I feel like there's a conflict of nature in this particular position. Ultimately, my duty is to heal and, you know, move out the way of the healing process. And I want to be upset about it because in the end, you go back to your life and you can go work that out. But I have to change my reality real hard. And I feel like there's a lot of blame shift in the energy right now. Like you're upset with me for how I feel. I'm set for, but I was willing to go all in, and that's where it's like a little psychotic. I see that. I got to see my behaviors. How'd I end up married? Because, bro, you're desperate for love. You'll do anything for love. What you do for love? Thanks, Paul. Oh, hell. And that's what I said. I didn't want a marriage. I wanted a commitment. Somebody that wouldn't leave. Very Dahmer-like. Very sickening. Oh, man. And that's why I'm like, I'm better off just in my own space, because I've learned time and 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 time again that nothing lasts. Humans have their conditions. They're very conditioned to the way that, they believe things are and how they should be. I don't know. It was bullshit to me. In the essence, it's like, wow, I came this far for just to find the truth. All I wanted was the truth. I wanted to know that he really loved me. I wanted that. I wanted him to admit he wasn't happy. And I wanted to know why we couldn't be together. I got what I wanted. And that was what it was. It's like, you're going to get what you want, but it's going to come in the form of a tower. And this is going to be a good thing. Hey, bravo to Steve's Love Tarot. You never fail, bro. Never fail. It was a good swing. Maybe cut down the sexual, behaviors for those of us that are still traumatized from certain things. Some of us had a worse upbringing in the childhood department. Childhood trauma department. It was an intensive care unit situation. Yeah. It's always foreseen. It's like you just walk into it and you know what'll happen, because it's like as long as you go with the flow, you can see how this goes. You can change it. Anything can change it. But the real change is an act of love. All I won was the wisdom. In essence, I lost a long battle. And I didn't lose because I surrendered. I really did get everything I had hoped for. And yet, still wanted more. As you've seen, but my journey has to continue on that search for, more. I know more about what I'm looking for. I don't know. And that's where it is. It's like, shit. We've been talking about it. It's like, you can't go any further with me. We can't go any further. And he said these things in the beginning. Why does somebody have to give up their life for you to feel loved? He knew. That's what he said to me too when he left. He's like, I can't lose my boys. It was the last thing I saw. I remember it was Christmas, around Christmas time. Because there was Christmas lights up. It was the last time I saw him when he left my house that day, that night. He said, I can't give my boys up. I didn't really understand that. He never explained it. The answer that always kept us away is always going to have to be the answer. Not for me anymore, but for you. I sacrificed my love for you, for your boys. Now you're going to have to do the same, bro. And, God put all that love in those children, and may they spread that kind of love. And that's all I can say about that. And I go on for my next adventure in love, because I can't stop loving. That's just not an option. We've worked too hard. I still have this unbelievable desire to be loved and to love another. I have to push this fear. Obviously, it's not going to be in the form I saw it, but that's okay. Because God always has a better plan than what I would be planning. What you be planning, God? So that's what I was thinking about. It's like, oh, what happens when she drinks? I don't know. I just became more loving. I was listening to you know, just letting it go. I don't become angry. I don't become sad. I don't think it really, you know, that's like me smoking weed. Do you change? No. It affects my body in the sense of I didn't realize it was only 9:44. I drank like a couple drinks and I'm ready to go to bed now. I said that before. I was like, it's like a fucking horse tranquilizer to me. It's like I can do a shot and just go to bed for the night. I got this brand new cereal to try for the morning, but I probably shouldn't mix the two. Alright, let's see where we're at. 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, we're eating off of what's left over. We're eating off the breadcrumbs of this adventure. This is an adventure. It always is. I feel like I'm supposed to leave these out. I'm going to, but I need them out of my way for right now. Alright. 10 of Pentacles. I really feel it in this one. Ninth? Nope, I'm not there yet. Your tribe gives you strength. Sifting through things from the past, you find objects that are useful for others and for yourself. When you draw from this shared resource, now I'm gonna cry. It'd be a little bit simpler, just a little bit, if God didn't have to hang me on the cross for all to see why I learned my lessons. When it's all said and done, and you step back out of your experience, you see everybody looking at you. And you're just sitting there all beat up and tore up. And they all have something to say. It's a great story, right? God's plan, right? There's a soul in here experiencing these emotions that are absolutely killer. What makes it hard is everybody looking at me while I do it. But I have no choice. Because I'm supposed to teach you my lessons so you don't have to feel like this. Or if you go through it, figure out how to deal with those feelings maybe. God giveth, God taketh. God's a pain in my ass. That's what it is. What did I get out of this? My lessons. And I was hopefully taught somebody else one too. When you draw from the shared resource of the flock, there is enough for all. Keywords: collective wealth, vast resources, legacy, inheritance, reliance on community. Well, that's my spiritual team. Realistically, yeah. I'm not in this alone. I'm not gonna sing your song, Mike. I'm not in this alone. And that's why I gotta talk to the Pleiades. So, you know, I'm their little fucking starseed. Their little missionary in Christ. Oh, fuck off, bro. It's just a fucking story in his book. An experience. He'll drag me through another one next week. I'm just waiting. Next week. Are you serious? Yeah, bro. It's a constant flow of life. Get over it. It's when Kobe comes in and he'll kick me in my throat if I sit here trying to feel sorry for a bitch. We don't play that victimhood shit. We take the good, the bad, and the ugly, and we move on. What's the bad thing? Well, is it a bad thing? And I'm still single? And I'm still mingling? Yeah, the bad thing is, you know, that's really what it is. It's like, maybe I was always searching for some kind of closure. Because I always kept wanting it to end. But I always thought there was always a chance of a new beginning. Because of how I'm built and designed. Because I know that's how it works. And, you know, this motherfucker ain't going really nowhere. Because, you know, where the fuck is he gonna go? That's like saying Kanye's going somewhere. He'll still be fucking floating around in the energy. I don't know, maybe I can be his friend like he needs so badly. I don't think that's fair. You were not a friend when I needed a friend. think you abuse friendships. That's probably why you don't have any. I'm just saying. That's Muhammad Ali coming out of me. A friend is there till the end. That's a fucking Russ. Russ will be there. He's there right now. He'll be there in the fucking morning. Marshall will be there. He'll be there in the fucking morning. We're there for the long run. You're only here for a short time. Of our seasons. I don't know. That's how I feel about it. As far as that, you know what I mean? Collective wealth, yeah, well, you know, everything I've put in is coming back. And it's coming back bigger and better than I put it in because it comes back times 10. Vast resources, legacy. I've made a legacy in these stories. Looks like the most beautiful, fucked up love story. I saw Bridge Fit was looking for a love story to read. I was like, bitch, how many hours of your life do you want to invest in the most unbelievable love story that came to the most tragic ending? But what does it start with? A happy fucking new beginning? Watch. Go watch. Anyways, with all endings is new beginnings, and I'm here to teach you that. Reliance on community. Again, I don't lean on my boys. Right now, I don't really want to talk to you. It's not like you can help me feel better. I've been here with you before. You know what I mean? Now you know what it felt like when I had to walk away from you. You like the show? It's one hell of a showdown. And that's where it is. It's like, how do you knock down so much and still get up? Because I'm not giving up on myself. I've come too far. I'm not giving up on myself. It's a self-healing journey, bro. It's a Sagittarius in me. I'm gonna find what I'm looking for. Really? Yeah. Actually, what I'm looking for is gonna find me at this point because I stopped looking for it. I really am. I'm stopped looking for love. That's what got me in trouble. I was looking for someone to love me. I'm not doing all that now. No. Alright, so we're in the Ten of Pentacles, which is 10-10-10, which is another completion, and we're eating on what it is. And what is it? I mean, it is what it is. And that's what I said yesterday. Well, we're not eating on the fanciest meal, but at least we're fed. It's really hard, bro. That's why I said this shit, it doesn't come with trophies. The pure gold is just the knowledge and the wisdom you take. Because if you did not learn this lesson, you would have went around this again with more pain, more suffering, more confusion, more miscommunication, misunderstandings. Now you finally understand. You finally communicated it. It's all the truth. You put it all out there. That's it. It's like, if you never look at it again, that's fine. I let it all out, bro. I had all of this. This is what I had got with it. I went all in, is what it looked like, bro. I was willing. And it just shows to me how I ended up where I ended up. And how far, you know, it's like, how did I end up just doing whatever they said and just sacrificing myself in such horrible ways? I see. That's what I said too. I was just trying to keep them happy. Because if they were happy, they were nice to me. That's a sad story. Here's a story. Lovely lady. Why is that happening to you? It's my karma. I was, you know, I had to learn these lessons. Save the best for the end. Yeah, I'll do that all in the last life. You can do all these karmic lessons. Yeah, save them for, you know, the big bang. Damn, bitch. Alright. Death is not an option. Alright. How much longer do we got? 55 more years? Alright. I'll see you tomorrow. That's where we're at. I'm serious. And that's when you know your true purpose. Now, the next thing I posted, I was talking shit, but I wasn't. Some of you guys are really here on your shit-ass purpose. We were talking about the positions in hell and how they pay. God made you to do this job. And you're the only one that can do your job, and you have to do that job for the rest of your life, every day, and play that servant in this hell. Yeah. Really? Yeah, I watched this fucking shit. This lady posted, it was just a commercial that was interrupting my music. And she was like, I'm so and so, and I've been an executive at, or I'm a something something senior executive at Walmart. I've been with them for 33 years. So you're a dumb bitch that never got a life. And if they ever closed down a fucking Target, you'd be fucked. You gave your whole life to that business. You learned one skill and you were one and done. How much do they pay you to work in that hell? And that's when my brother and my son went with me to Target. We went to fucking Target. He was looking for Monster energy drinks and he couldn't find them nowhere. And I was like, I don't know, it's a prissy store. And then you get this lady that comes out saying she's one of the employees, 33 years. Dude, when I worked at Walmart, there was these bitches. They was talking about they were there for like 15 to 25 years since it opened. They've been working there. They made a career out of it. They work in the customer service field of hell. Literally, they have the highest ranking in hell. I seen it in a different perspective under the candlelight. I was like, oh, that's your job in hell, huh? And your job in hell is to do this. Okay, well, my job in hell is to lead those who wish to leave it out the motherfucking door. I stand here at the gateway. I don't play these jobs. I don't have that job. My job is right here to hold the motherfucking light and tell you if you want to leave that job, you're welcome to leave. But if you want to stay in that fucking hellhole, then whistle while you fucking work, bitch. Turn up the fucking volume and quit whining. I'm tired of hearing you crying about your fucking job in hell. This is your hell. This is your life. Stop it. Stop putting your feelings on me about how fucked up it is. I'm seeing Lewis Hamilton. Fuck you, Lewis. We all have dogs that die. Why you gotta hurt us with your fucking feelings? Be with you in your mourning and your loss. Where were you when my dog died?
You're gonna post on social media?
Just saying. Hey, dude. And then I went downstairs, and I was standing there, and all of a sudden these kids got out of this car, and they had little puppies. Oh, the fluffy ones, too. I was like, oh my God! There is a God! There's nothing that'll change your heart. Well, maybe not you, Grinch. But a puppy? Oh, fuck, dude. That is straight love juice. That is the fucking love juice right there. Some people do it for babies. Yeah, they're great. But puppies? Oh my God, Nikki. And it came crawling on me. I love that puppy. And that was the best part of my life. And that's where it is. It's like, what did I get out of it? I got to pet a puppy. Thanks, God. And a Happy Meal when I get to it. I'm not going to mix alcohol and food, though. I'm very cautious. I don't drink. What'd you do? I poured it in the ground for the homies in the hood. What the fuck do you think I'm doing? Getting drunk with the homies in the hood? In the ground? I'm going to be like them, 10 feet under. No, thank you. And no, we do not drink and drive either. So we had to, take the long walk. I don't know. And that's where it is. It's like, oh, they're celebrating me, the whole universe. Dude, I just got shot down. But you'll get up again. What the fuck are you talking about? Get on my face, bro. I didn't get a date. My Friday night date ended up in tears again. Sounds like every Friday night date I ever have. At least I know I have brunch with Marshall tomorrow to talk. Just kidding. Oh, man. Just kidding. Fuck off. Let's talk to the ladies. I'm not talking to you. I'll listen, but I'm not talking to you. Just kidding. Where's that book? Come on. Oh, I'm not doing any exorcists in this kind of situation. Maybe the power of Christ compels you to be a better person. I don't know. Truth be told, that's all I ever do. I don't need more truth. I'm not holding anything back. I never lied, dude. I never had to lie to you. I don't have to lie to anyone. Why? Because the truth is just far more disgusting and appalling. I wouldn't even be... The problem is, realistically, and everybody can attest to this, if I told you a lie, I wouldn't remember the lie I told you and I'd get caught up. You can tell me I told you the truth and I gotta remember I did. You sure I said that? Where'd I go to? I don't know. Preparing for light work. Healthy boundaries. Hey, we need to work on some healthy boundaries. I need a cleanse. Can I get a cleanse, please? Can you get this fuzzy... I'll keep the feeling and not the noise. Okay, that's not fucking cool. I had to put my head down. There's all the feeling is a frequency. And then I was like, they showed me the vibrator. Plus a fuzzy noise I hear. You're a battery operated boyfriend in my head. I cannot channel like this. Oh no. Come on. This is not an alien connection right now. This is the typical connection I'd be having in my life. It's my community of spirit guides. Alright. Remove the violet flame. Yeah, open your eyes. Aura protection. Do we need aura protection? I feel like, can we... I know how to cast you out. I already did all that. I was just trying to get that fucking ring out of my head. Oh, let's see. Owning your spinal pathway. That sounds like fun. Let's learn about this. The process of owning your spinal pathway actually accomplishes several things. First of all, it clears foreign energies from your spine area, as well as blocked energies of your own. I don't know if we should be doing an enema right now. Who knows what kind of darkness. That's why I said you're standing there looking at the Bible. I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm going to die. You're looking down the pipe ball waiting for your fucking money. The money ball. Here comes a bunch of shit. You have to catch my earlier videos reference. Can't see now. Come on. Stop crying. Alright. Fuck, let's see what comes out of this shit. This enables your being to inhabit that part of your body more completely. This means you're spiritually constipated and they're going to shove it out. You might not like the way it comes. Hopefully you can hope for something simplistic as diarrhea. But hopefully not of the mouth. It's got to come out somehow. I don't think we should do this. I don't want to do this on a Friday night. I have a choice. I'm gonna choose no. What's behind door number 3? I can't see him. I'm crying. Come on. This is funny. I don't want that in my life. I mean, we'll do this, the fucking, the castor oil cleanse tomorrow. Keep your home psychically clear and safe. It's safe, dude. We're safe from all that psychic shit. And don't be trying to put your fucking thoughts on me, bro. Those aren't my thoughts. We don't think like that. We can recognize right away. We don't think all stupid like that. That's not how we think around here. Part 2, self-healing and clearing. We need a lot of clearing, right? Clearing with roses. Okay. I'll just take a rose bath if that might help. Clearing your chakras. I don't want... Okay, see, the problem with this is... if we do this, then all the darkness comes out. That's what the fucking clearing is. It's like you can't be an open gateway without pouring out all your fucking darkness on something. Taking out all your darkness. Hey, shouldn't you feel better about your life after taking it all out on me? I felt better about my life. We all harness energy different. I'm sorry. Nobody can really harness my energy. Alright, sit down in a safe place. This isn't safe to do. Something about shampoo. What does it say? I don't know. She's telling stories again. She's talking stories. Judgment are cleared the same way as beliefs. If you are born, you must die. Any image that could... What the fuck? You want me to fuck with your mind a little bit? Sounds like some mind games here. What is it? Now that you have the understanding of what a belief is and what is needed to clear it, try the following. Do you know what a belief is? Main things required in order to clear a belief are awareness of the belief. You believe this shit? Willingness to acknowledge your belief as a belief and not the truth. Is this not the truth? No, there's more layers to it. Willingness to let go of the belief. Willingness to feel and release associated emotions. Acceptance of the responsibility for creating your own reality and not being a victim. Hey, you didn't make me believe this. I wanted to believe it. I wanted to what? Believe that we could work. Now I kept holding on to that belief. Obviously. Why didn't I just let go? Because I still believed. Oh God, please don't start singing in my head now. It's not karaoke night. I'm not doing this. Anyways, and that's really what it is. It's like, what the fuck was I thinking? And I base I base this reality off of that. And that's really what it is. And that's where you can get caught up in your own fucking reality. You're not a victim. The ability to manage an unlimited healthy alternative to belief. And that's really what it is. I don't reckon, it's not even beliefs, dude. I got them as straight thoughts. You have to understand, I have nothing going on inside of my brain. So when something goes on, I recognize it real quick. I sit all day in my heart space listening to guidance from emotions, which is the heart. When I start, you know what I mean? When I hear that typewriter going, it's just sending out information. Thoughts are beliefs. You think this way. You believe this way. So it's much easier for me to recognize beliefs coming in. You know what I mean? And that's why I was like, I don't like this. You trigger my mind. You make me think. And that's not useful. I'd rather just feel my way through this. It's like any preconceived notion that I know what this is, even if I know what it is, it's not going to be experienced in that way. That knowing does me no good. I need to go in and discover new knowing. That's the whole reason I'm here. If I already knew how to do this, I wouldn't be fucking standing in front of this lesson. Really? Very simplistic. And that's where it is like, you guys can't even begin to understand the magnitude of what the soul is and the soul's journey without starting with your thoughts. It was his belief that he put on me. His belief that, you know what I mean, that I just kept consuming. I don't believe things are impossible, and I broke through that belief system. But the first video was no. I was like, your life is fucking impossible. There's no way that you could fucking get out of this, and this is where we say goodbye. And I was like, no, that's not, no. There's gotta be a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. And that's really what it is. Move, bitch, get out the way. And I can move mountains, quite literally. The Rocky Mountains. And it's a little rocky over here. But that's where it was. It's like, dude, this could work. You just don't have the willingness or the ability to see past your own fucking fear. And that's just a belief. You believe that this, what happened to you last time when you went to, you know what I mean, to fight for your kids, it'll be just as bad or worse. And you put that whole belief to where I believed your fucking beliefs. But that's not true. That's your fucking reality, but that's not really what would happen. You don't know what would happen. You think that you base all of your future on your fucking understanding of what you've already seen, expecting time to replay. Well, this will happen if I do this. You expect every action to have a predictable reaction, and that's where I fuck you all up. No, but I thought. That's what you thought. That's previous programming. You assume too much. And then you also can create it in yourself. But thoughts are just belief systems. They're programmed together. You put this and this together. Perfect example. Why did you think Ali was gay? Do we really want to go through the mechanics of that? And I list to you all the evidence that my brain had seen that came to this conclusion. Really? And it chose to believe it. Why? Because it gave me peace. I'm gonna believe this fairy tale because this fairy tale works for me. And I wouldn't have made it this far without you, Bobby, without fucking making fairy tale fucking beliefs about your life, making excuses in my head for me to go on. I wouldn't have made it this far in my life in general without making excuses and making up fairy tales and making things go away in my mind. right? What's the constant? I can forget it. The feelings never go away. And that's what I've got to do, is redirect this energy. Stop giving it to someone that can't give it back. It's just a redirection of the energy. It's an overflow of love. An overflow. And so I give it to you know what I mean? I give it to him because he's the only one that wants to come and take it. But in essence, he abuses it. He uses it just to make himself feel better while he goes back to his life. And then makes me feel like I did something wrong. It's very traumatic in the sense of I'm not healing with those kind of behaviors. That's replaying my past traumatic, you know what I mean, experiences. And that's what makes this karmic. It's because through you I have to learn a very hard karmic lesson about overgiving. That's really what it is. It's like, you know, I can look back at this and it's like, dude, why'd you do that? Programming. I had to see myself in action, see that this is what I used to do and change that fucking behavior. See how unhealthy it was, how it's not playing out just with you, but it's how it's played out in my life. You're not the fucking first person. Oh, man. And then you sit back and it's like, is there anything wrong with you? No. I brought all of this upon myself. And it's because I need to, you know, fix this, or I'm going to keep ending up in situations like this. Because that's what you're bringing into. Why are you bringing all this lessons, bro? You're bringing in harsh lessons from the world, or from the universe. And they come in the form of people, places, and things. I have a lot of lessons to learn, if you haven't noticed. And a lot of it is just changing what I think I thought I knew, or how I thought I should act, and just learning to do, you know, teaching myself and others how to do it according to God. He brings me to it, he brings me through it. It's like, and now you can see where I know who I am and what my journey is, and I'll lay in that bed and say, nope, you can't make me. I don't want to get out of bed today. You are not going to drag me through your hell for everybody's fucking amusement. I'm not learning your stupid lessons today. I'm not going out there. I'm not going out like that. Not today. Not today, God. I don't have those days too many times, but it used to be wretched. It's like I go through a whole fucking day of fucking fucked up ass fucking shit. You want to fucking do that shit again tomorrow. Bitch, I better not see your face tomorrow. Tomorrow's my day off. Just kidding. Kobe had me up at 4 o'clock this morning. What time is it now? 9 o'clock? I did take like an hour nap until I was woke up with this bullshit. I just lost my page. Something about beliefs. Not dolphin moves. I got the moves. Harmonic resonance. What are we talking about here? Call channel. I don't know. What are we talking about here? Numbers? Regardless of the measure of time or process of magic in which cycles of 13 is followed, each number always has a specific significance. In the chart below, I will give both a general function of the number and its specific function related to the Ka activation. The Mayan Oracle by Ariel Spilsbury and Michael Berner, and Dream Spell by Jose whatever, are used as guidelines for this information. She used oracles, the Mayan oracles. Somebody go look those up. New levels for allowing takes place as your ego gives way to your divine intent. Ka energy flows more smoothly and connected. And that was in the rhythmic flow of 3. That's why we need to know these numbers, but not for the reasons you know. Disillusion and absolution. 11. All of the non-essential dissolves. Total surrender to your own enlightenment occurs as any remaining resistance is released. I really hit a huge place of surrender when I got to Metatron. All goals and remaining attachments are examined and released if not in divine will. whatever I thought I wanted. I don't want those things. You lose the wants, you lose the desires, and all you want is what God desires. Really? Yeah. You align with what your true alignment was, which was your true purpose, your true calling. You guys is really called to some other shit. Your job is not my job. You have your own hells to experience. Thank you very much. Your call is merged cellularly, and that's what I said. I always get these transmutations that fuck up my body. And both my kids are sick all of a sudden. They're going through it right away. Both of them. My daughter has headaches and she wasn't feeling well. My son passed out and he woke up and said he didn't feel well. He's like, well, I'm doing some serious changes on me. It's probably going to affect you too. Your light body is activated. 13. Transcendence. You attain the Christ consciousness and can ascend at will. All the time. Why? Because I have his mindset. I'm programmed to think like he taught, like he said. I think like him. I see like him. That's what that means. To have the conscious. You know what I mean? I have the Mamba mindset. You can see I think like Pac. They raised me. Their programming is put in. I took out my old programming and I put in the programming of all of this information. Psychoanalyst, bro. I totally reprogrammed my mind, I take out the shadows and I reprogram them with a new knowing based on the conscious levels that I've already experienced, which is ultimately Christ-like. We apply the Christ technique, which is love, compassion, understanding, forgiveness, to every area of my life. Despite my own feelings, and if there's something that I need to deal with that doesn't allow me to forgive, then we deal with that. Nobody gets away with anything. I consciously am fully aware of what you've done, but I have to walk in this mindset. You can continue to curse yourself by not understanding, you know what I mean, the spirit upon which you curse, but you're not cursing me. You're cursed already. You're taking out your curses on me. And I don't mind because they don't hurt. I hurt for you. But when it's all said and done, I'm free. You need to go back to your hell. I'm free in heaven. It's a conscious way of thinking. I told you what it takes to be there. And that's to leave your current position in hell. Your high standing in hell. Anyways, and that's what the science calls me, as a transcendental being. Those in the science field, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. First and foremost, that the levels to self-actualization, which means you actually actualize that yourself is apart from your thoughts and your body. That you, yourself, the one true self, the highest self, the soul self, the superconscious, the subconscious self, is apart from the workings of the psyche, of the mind, and the neurons that run through the body that we call emotions. We go outside, and we experience that experience through our five senses, and it creates an impression in our head, and we use that as a belief system. When we go out and have an experience, when I go out and have an experience, it creates a negative impression in my head based on old programming, which I turn around and reframe in my head as an altered reality of under love, peace, forgiveness, and understanding. That's the conscious that I'm trying to let you have. You can study with your own 3D mind, your own limited mind, you know what I mean, your own, where you are reptilian mind, study the mindset of the greats. You can study Albert Einstein, you can study Christ, you can study all of these things and how their minds work. But if you're actually paying attention to any of their work, they spent their whole lives teaching you that, how to change your motherfucking mind. Really? Change your mind, change your reality. That's all we really do around here. I don't have much physically to give up anymore. But yet there is. You know what I mean? I've got to give up clothes. I've got to give something up every week. It's part of it. It's a sacrifice to the gods. I will take this layer of my being and I give it to you so you can give me a new being. Make me a new being. You don't see it in the religious, ritual act that I do, but that's what I'm doing here. It's a religious ritual act of me sacrificing the layers of my being to be a happy being. And the only thing I'm sacrificing are low vibrational ways. I'm sacrificing, hatred, anger, resentment, jealousy, envy, greed. You know what I mean? This part of me, is greedy and this and that. And, I'm going to take this off now and give it back. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. So, like, the sacrifice last weekend, I had to sacrifice my pride and my fear in the name of love. I was too proud to sleep or to approach him in his current situation, which was very condemning. It's like you can hook up with a homeless girl, but I can't hook up with a married man. In the essence, it's like your situation is worse than mine. Your situation makes me feel more guilt than mine probably makes you feel. I'm sure we feel equal guilt for each other's situations. But in the essence, I had to sacrifice my pride. I had to sacrifice my way of being. I have stuck to this forever. I said I would not do this. For 2 years, I have told you I will not do this with you again. I will never do this with you again. I will never do this with you again. I gave up a belief system in the name of love. It was the biggest sacrifice because that was true love. And I had to love myself to get that fucking close. It was the ultimate sacrifice of love. But at the same time, it really is. It wasn't just to gods. It shows my true sacrifice for love and how much of this I have sacrificed in the name of love. What are you chasing, bro? What have you done this for? Love. 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 In the beginning, bro, I thought if I healed myself, well, first off, I thought he wouldn't love me if he knew how fucked up I was. But I couldn't hold it together. I only became more fucked up. And so I just, you know what I mean? That was it. He can't love me like this. But I wanted to, so I was like, I put it on, if I just get better, somebody will love me. And that's what kept me going forever and ever and ever. And it's like I'm never going to be good enough because I'm always going to have to get better. So it's like, if you don't love me now, you'll never love me, because that's just the truth. And that's where I realized I stopped chasing that part of it. But that's what it started as. If I just got better, we could be together. It was never about me. It really wasn't. No matter all the work I ever would have done on myself, I would have never been better enough. I would have never been good enough to break him out of it, for Russ to leave what he needed to, for Marshall, for any of that. It never was up to me to push them. It was up to me to push me in the name of love. But I did it for you. I wanted to be what you wanted me to be so that you could be with me. And that's a real sad truth. But at least I can wear that here on my cross and say, we'll go to all lengths. We'll be whatever you want. That comes from childhood, you guys. I'll be good if you just, you know what I mean? Bro. I learned some really hard lessons that you guys are gonna have to face too. I'm gonna close the book. Something about some cosmic kundalini energy. Yeah, I feel it. I feel the fucking vibe. I just want to point out, every time they tell me to celebrate and they send me out there to have a drink, I end up coming home crying. But in essence, I end up just crying anytime. So it's just a natural thing for me. It always feels good after the fact. I'm going to keep my tradition of having a great meal after a drink. And then we'll hopefully throw all of this up and feel better in the morning. Might spin a little bit, like the planets. Just kidding. Spin my tracks. Yeah. It was an experience. It always is. It's always keeping it real with you humans. It's so great. I had an experience. And I told you I didn't even have to leave home to have a tower. But it was just like you said, bro. It's gonna be what you want. Which is why, what? Understanding, bro. Understanding brings all peace. If people could just understand each other, it brings all peace. It just brings all peace. I don't think I ever needed to show him, prove to him how much I loved him. But I think he was trying to see if I could prove that I could be what he needed, which was her. If you already have her, what do you need me for? Why are you trying to create me to be something you already have? And that's your fault. You weren't going to let me be free. You wanted me to be a better version of what you already have. You're looking for a replacement. That's not cool, bro. Having known the story, I didn't have no reason to disrespect her. I have far more respect for her. I don't have no disrespect for you. People are human, and we don't know how to make tough decisions. We're just trying to do the right thing based on what we believe is the right thing. I can't change the way you think. I can only change the way I think. And by showing you how I do it, I can inspire you to, you know what I mean, take that power upon yourself and use it to empower yourself. But I'm not here to, I'm here to teach you and push you, but I can't force you. I don't have a force inside of me that can make you better. If I did, I would use it all on me, and I'd be better. If I could wave a wand, bro, and make it all go away, make it just be, you know, we could just open up the doorway to our bright new future. I would. But this is the doorway, bro. We gotta keep walking through these doors. We gotta keep walking through this labyrinth. Or you could just sit there and burn in hell. That's always an option. You could just sit on your couch, burning in hell. That's always an option. Everyone likes that one. They like staying asleep in their fucking, you know what I mean, by the fire. They want to sleep, they want to die sleeping. Everybody wants to die asleep. That's always an option. As long as you don't, you know, the fire, you don't mind sweating it all the time. You know, sitting and smoking mirrors and shit, everything around you, that's always an option. But I'm always trying to open the doors and find, you know what I mean, new ways. And show people ways out. You know what I mean? And none of this is really my hell. It's just a little adventure that I gotta work through in my mind. I'm not really there. I'm just here, learning lessons. But in essence, you could say I'm in hell too. I look at your life as hell, you look at mine as hell, we're all in hell. Hell on earth. For how long? 35 years. You better get the right mindset, otherwise you're not going to enjoy this ride too much. It's really going to be painful. And that's what it is. You want to sit there in pain, or you want to work through some of that? I don't know. Again, if there was another way, and I spent my whole life as a devout Christian, and, you know, praying to God to help my marriage, and, you know, fasting, and doing all these things, they can't force another person. That's the real lesson about your free will. You can hear the angels, you can feel the energy, you can see it in your thoughts, but you're not going to get the fuck up off your ass. You're not leaving your couch. You're not leaving your comfortable life. You've made a happy home in hell, just like the people in jail. You got your little cot and your 3 meals, and you got your routines, and, you know, your peoples, and they know you, and, you know, hey, how are you? That's your life. She spent 33 years at fucking. She knows nothing about anything outside of Target, but knows everything about that little red ball. She's an expert at Target shit. I don't even like that store. They didn't even have sage. All they have is a bunch of candles. That's stupid. They didn't even have oils. I'm just saying. Or at least I can get sage at fucking Walmart. It might be a little expensive and burns funny, but it's they know the people's needs. You know what they have a huge aisle of? Fucking wine. They have a lot of wine there. It's those kind of girls. Anyways. I'm over here whining with my spirits. Spritz is what they're called? Spritz. It's a vodka spritz. Okay, sure. One for the spirits in the hood. Yeah, that's all I had. It sucks. That's it. That's the part you don't see when I go home and when I lay in bed. Those are those secret DMs between me and Marshall where I'm just crying about how embarrassing my life is and how I can't give up, and I see why you don't try. I always look back at him after one of these. I'm like, don't look at me. I'm supposed to be leading you, and this is not looking so good. God damn it. Don't look at me like that. What did you think was going to happen? What did you think? I didn't think you were going to do all that. I thought you knew better. Well, now I do. You want to talk about what you don't know? Right there. Don't talk about it. Let's talk all about it. I don't want to. Kobe's going to bring it up again on Monday. Something will. The energy will. I'll feel bad about it again on Monday. But not on a Saturday morning.
That painting signed.
By who?
I don't know, there's a signature.
All paintings should be signed. They get their credit where credit is due. Alright. We're done, right? The day is over. We can say goodbye. It's so hard. I mean, it really is. All of you knew I wanted all of that and more with you. You knew I walked away, but you didn't know what it meant, or how hard it was. I had to logically make up a reality in my mind to push me away, and I just had to, work through those feelings and shorty, keep your head up. Okay. Keep your eye on the prize. What the fuck am I here for? Oh, okay. Okay.
She wants my Cheez-Its. Give her some, now she's good.
Who doesn't like Cheez-Its?
Not Cheez-Its, Gold.
Hey, I love you guys. I'm gonna have a meal, and that's the deal, and we'll see you tomorrow for some more of what's up in the bullshit.
I'm gonna have some cereal.
Later, Sage. Hey, try the new one.
No, the grape one.
No, it's good. It's brand new. It's new. There you go. Nobody likes new